के प्रदाता, हे स्नेह शक्ति दाता, अव्यक्त बाप दादा सादर पधारिए।
तो एक बाप के वर्षे के अधिकारी मालिक और दूसरा स्वराज्य के मालिक। तो स्वराज मिला है पीछे वाले मिला, इन्हों को भी मिला है। तो दोनों के मालिक हो नमाजिक पकाया। तो बाप दादा ने देखा कि मालिक बन में कितना समय रहते, मालिक होकर कितना समय चलते हैं। तो क्या देखा, कहते हैं स्वराज्य हमारा बर्थ राइट है। कहते हो ना, कहते हो कि महारथियों का बर्थ राइट है, हमारा थोड़ा है नहीं, पूरा है आपका, पूरा है, माताओं का भी पूरा, पांडवों को भी पूरा स्वराज का अधिकार मिला है। ये थोड़ा थोड़ा मिला है। अच्छा, पक्का रहना इस पर पूरे पूरे। तो चेक करो कि स्व के सर्व कर्म इंद्रिया जो स्वराज्य अधिकारी बच्चों के कर्मचारी है ना, मालिक तो नहीं है ना, कर्मचारी है। और आप मालिक को ये ठीक है कि कर्मचारी मालिक है और आप कर्मचारी बन जाते हो। तो बाप दादा ने देखा कि बच्चों की स्थिति में सबसे ज्यादा है जो मालिकपन बुलाने वाला है, वह राजा से अपने वश में समय करने वाला है, वो है मन। इसलिए बाप का मंत्र भी है मनमनाभव, तन्मनाभव या बुद्धिमनाभव नहीं है, मनमनाभव।
प्यारे अपने परम धाम को छोड़कर प्रेम में
Om Shanti. Use every treasure in a worthwhile way and become an embodiment of success. The mantra of manmanabhav. In the memorials, it is shown that a sacrifice is made worthwhile when a mantra is chanted. Here also, always keep the mantra of manmanabhav in your awareness. Then the sacrifice will be considered to be worthwhile. Become one who is stable in the form of the mantra, not just one who speaks the mantra. When any sacrificial fire is created, it becomes successful when the complete sacrifice is offered onto it. If there is even a little something lacking in the sacrifice, it will not be considered to be completely successful. Whatever you want to offer as a sacrifice, give it completely and then receive fully also. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avikti Parivar. Today's day 10. Use every treasure in a worthwhile way and become an embodiment of success. Today's topic, the mantra of manmanabhav. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti, everyone. Everyone okay? Everyone well? Connected with Shantivan? That's where I am. Every day, Baba's children are arriving in thousands, right? Because this is Baba's first turn. Then Baba is coming to meet his children. It's always in October. So different states, some come to meet and some come as sevadaris. Isn't it worthwhile? Must be good experience to have 1,000 volunteers for security, 1,000 for helping in the hall, 1,000 for serving food, cooking food. So this way, then those who have come in the party, they could also have good time for classes, for tapasya, to meet Baba. So their intellect is not pulled in karma yoga. So this time I came to know that karma yoga group is different. They also come, but then they are given time. I think another chance also. Baba is talking about mantra of manmanabhav. This is the mantra which is not really chanted, but this is the mantra where you internally connect your mind with Baba. Baba said it doesn't say tan manabhav, or dhan manabhav, no. Manmanabhav. It never says that your mind has to be with Baba, not the body or the wealth. So it's very, very interesting. Today Baba reminded us of being the master, child so master. Very interesting. Master as self-sovereigns, master of Baba's all treasures. So Baba is saying, do you have intoxication all the time about being master in two different ways? He's not asking about awareness, being a child. So that means there must be some different qualities which arise when my mind is with Baba. I've been thinking how many aspects in the life influence our mind, especially the power to discern also. So that is why as much we practice, create our stage, that has influence on our power to discern. And power to discern is important whole day, all the time. So today Baba is saying the mantra of manmanabhav. It is in the memorials, it is shown that sacrifice is done in worthwhile way when mantra is chanted. Here also always keep the mantra of manmanabhav in your awareness. When the sacrifice says that sacrifice, when the sacrifice is considered to be worthwhile. That means internally, whenever you feel whatever is the weakness, then you say, okay, let me sacrifice. So I was saying someone who is stable in the form of mantra, not just one who speaks the mantra, because they speak loudly. That's called chanting. But Baba is saying it's not only you chant, but you should be stabilized. So Baba says when the mantra of manmanabhav is in your awareness, in the sacrifice will be considered to be worthwhile. Both go together, right? Some of the priests, they keep chanting, and some of them keep feeding the fire. Someone who is stable in the form of mantra and become one who is stable in the form of manmanabhav, not just one who speaks the mantra. When any sacrificial fire is created, it becomes successful when the complete sacrifice is done. So complete sacrifice is offered into that yajna. Even if there is even a little something missing in the sacrifice, it will not be considered to be complete or completely successful. So whatever you want to offer as a sacrifice, make it complete, and then Baba says, receive that fully also. So Baba's yajna is different, right? It's not yajna of wood fire. But then Baba says, yes, it's power. Yajna which Baba creates of purity, knowledge, purity. They both are important. And to maintain, like yajna, for 3 hours they do, to maintain the atmosphere, the priest of the yajna will constantly keep chanting the mantra. It's so interesting. Our mantra is more internal. It's a link to mantra is not being chanted, but it's something which is internal, where we have to be stable in remembrance of Baba. Manmanabhav. Stabilize your mind, focus your mind on me. So what they do, both things. Baba is saying that if they chant mantra and don't keep sacrificing sesame seeds and all other material in the yajna, it won't be successful. And then if you are only putting your material in yajna, but not remembering Baba. So we also have to see, we remember Baba and we sacrifice. In both ways, very good elevated thoughts also. Baba, we express what we want to do for Baba, determination. But also whatever our weaknesses are, which become obstacles in the yajna. So we have to sacrifice them also. Very interesting concept, where we have to continue with both. remember Baba, and also keep sacrificing. Both have to continue together. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti, Dorothy Venom.
I am so pleased to be here with you tonight. And I was thinking, who should I be most thankful for? Should I thank you, Baba, or even drama?
Your fortune, no?
So that would be drama then, yes?
Different, no? Feeling is different when you say drama or when you say my fortune. When you say my fortune, there is more joy.
Yes,
More
there is.
happiness.
That's nice. I'm going to change the way I think now.
No, you can add to what you think.
Okay, I will add to it. That's nice. So I have a question from last Saturday's Murli, where Baba said he gives happiness and that it was Dharm Raj that causes sorrow, and it was Dharm Raj that gives punishment. And then he said, which was, I found really caught my attention, he says, I don't have a right to give punishment. Could you talk about that?
It's just like you think of a father and then supreme judge, right? So as a father, he says, I don't punish. I just love children. But when father is on the seat of supreme judge, then he can punish. But he says, as a father, I don't have the right to take care of your karmic accounts and be the judge for that. It's very interesting because, and it's true also, that father is father. He cannot be supreme judge. When he is supreme judge, then whatever karmic accounts are there, then the punishment is there. And that also actually, we say Baba gives punishment or supreme judge, but it's not they give, but when you are like in completely pure atmosphere, 100%, even if you have little bit of impurity, you feel bad about it. You feel guilty about it, So I don't ever see why will even Supreme Judge will punish us. But then there is a saying, punishment is more what one gives to oneself, right? But the judgment comes from Supreme Judge, right? It's very subtle point, needs to understand. I don't know how much I can explain, but definitely I can see why father cannot give punishment because he is not on the seat, right? A time will come, Baba will be only supreme judge. So then he, this whole thing of even in one moment, this realization which will come could be the form of suffering.
So then is Baba's the father for sure, but he's also the supreme judge. He has a different role.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying? So, and also with this Dharm Raj then, it's our own karmas. I'm thinking what you're saying also, and the conscience that we have.
Yeah.
That really causes our punishment.
Yeah, definitely, because even now, like sometimes you have wasted time or you got into gossip and then you realize it, so here it is more realization. We don't punish ourselves, but a time comes when that is over and then you feel guilty, and when you feel guilty, it's like you're punishing yourself, But there is a saying that before you reach to Dharamraj, in between you are able to kind of settle everything, karmic accounts. And so when you reach in front of Dharamraj, you have already punished, had been punished. They show in the scripture that before going to, soul leaves body, before soul reaches in front of God, there is a canal, something like that. And everyone goes through the punishment there. And then when reaches in front of Dharamraj, in a way has already settled. I also feel that why in subtle region, what kind of punishment there could be. It's all mental, right? Internal. Yeah.
So also, when he said in Saturday's Murli, he said, you have to tell me, then Dharmraj will give punishment. So is that your own remorse that he's talking about? It's
No,
like
I think
confession?
also honesty, when you speak about something, it's like humility, then honesty, where you openly say, I made this mistake, I shouldn't have. Everyone doesn't do, but it is good to kind of acknowledge so that there is no ego. And also, it's like now I am clear, when I said sorry for something. And it could be even in relationship, if you have done something to someone which is not really pleasant, but if you say sorry to that person, then saying, anyway, it is past, it's just drama, not saying even sorry to that person. So I think that's the difference in the mental attitude. So what Baba is saying, tell Baba. So first we tell Baba, and then we say sorry to that person, right?
Yeah, and that's true, because if you do make a mistake or you say, let's say, harsh words to someone, then later you come back to them and you do say, oh, I apologize, I'm sorry. It does make you feel better. It makes a difference. It does clean the slate. I think it does. But now the tribunal. Who is on the tribunal, Didi?
Well, Baba says the 8 jewels will be there, but this also is nominal. You know what I'm saying? That it's not you will see them sitting in the tribunal and giving the judgment. But this is more like those 8 souls. If Father cannot give punishment, then those who sit on tribunal, it's more like a jury, And jury, they acknowledge, right? In the sense of they have to say this was. So I think it is more like a jury. And the duty of jury is to kind of be part of that judgment, final judgment. So Baba said, let's say, if you do not agree, I will tell Dharamra, I will tell Dadi Janki, do you think it's right? If it is right, then this person should get punishment. Or something like that.
Okay. These are things to really ponder on sometimes, I think.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it from time to time, especially when Baba brings it up in a Murli. I think he likes to stir our insides.
Yeah, sure. It needs reflection.
Yes.
Because when you think of certain regions, the purity of that region, then other side you think about sorrow and punishment, and so how will that be, So
Right.
there are many aspects. Maybe I will also start thinking more and we can, have conversation. Yeah.
So this word tribunal, I was always thinking it had to do with 3, but maybe in Hindi the word is different. So I was thinking it might be Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar in the subtle region, because there's 3 of those subtle deities there. But what is the word tribunal actually? How do you define that in English, or is that English?
It's like jury, no?
That's the jury too.
The final verdict, which had to be given for what's the final judgment, then it has to be approved. In the sense of commonly agreed upon. But I don't think we can include or have Brahma, Vishnu, Shankar on the tribunal because they are subtle deities and they're not part of this process.
They're not part of that part.
No.
Okay. And so let me change subjects right now. And some of us our hearts are turned towards conflicts of the world, in particular, this Israel conflict that just came up, and people are experiencing so much sorrow. And not just that, but all the earthquakes that have happened this year, the tidal waves, the floods. And I researched that, and it's nearly 1 million people, souls, have left their bodies in this anguish, in this unprepared death. If someone's dying in the hospital, at least they get to prepare themselves, and they're usually very peaceful. But I can just imagine the anguish of all these souls that have left. And my thought was, I wonder what they're doing when they come back. Baba says your last thoughts will determine how you will come back, where you will come back, the stage. And so it seems like the world is just falling apart very rapidly, and we have to step up to the bat. But what about these souls that have to come back? What's their condition? And do they come back to the same country or culture when they leave like that?
Yeah, mostly they will, but then when they come back, you must have seen little children. They have so much panic, They don't know many things like bad karmas or difference between bad and good. But I have seen some children, once you leave them alone, or even if they hear little sound, they will have a big jerk in their body, and say, but why they are so? They must have left body in conditions which are very externally serious conditions. So yes, their souls will be born with a lot of fear and also revenge, anger, and they would want to take, they want to take action again in the similar way. Like if they have, some of the races, you must have noticed, have deep feelings of revenge for other party. Some don't have, right? They just believe universally we are all one, but some are very deep rooted. So when they think about, something like anything about other religion, conflict, they will really believe it and act based on that. And there are some, they don't, they basically believe that we all are one and children of God, we are children of one. So there are different kinds of souls. But we know that before, if they have to go home, everyone has to be cleansed, completely clean. If silence, purity, no grudges, no complaints. So they have to settle it before they leave before end. So when they return, they're returning in their eternal stage, their original stage, right?
But this culture with the Israelis and the Arabs, as you said, it's so ingrained in them, this hatred, this revenge that they have towards each other. Because I've known some Israelis, and it's just a cultural thing.
Mm-hmm.
Also, so I'm going to change the subject again, if I may. In Sunday's Murli Baba was talking about the mind and the intellect. And I remember Dadi Janki gave a class on this, and I really appreciated it. And Baba said that when the mind and the intellect come together, that's when a sanskar is created. And so it got me thinking that I know our meditation's important when we sit at Amravila and have really good yoga, but also what about when we're going through the day? How would you rate that when you create this time when you catch yourself thinking something bad or saying something naughty to someone else, and then you change the sanskar?
I think that intellect is constantly on watch over mind, constantly. And it will instantly check yourself very subtly. But we miss that step and we go ahead and still say something which I shouldn't have. And if we are able to catch that little step where intellect or your inner conscience or your inner voice is saying something, don't do this, let it go. But you don't listen. You go by, no, this one had done it, I must also do. Those who miss that step, then I think
So do you have any advice that you can give us to make the intellect stronger to be able to catch more of these things?
that is why listening to Murli, following Srimad, understanding of benefit of principles, all that will make our intellect very strong. And when intellect is strong, that means watchman is alert, then thief cannot come in, right? There cannot be break-ins. So that will happen to the self.
Thank you. Thank you. Very
Okay. It was nice, yeah.
And
We
it's
will
so
meet.
nice to see you and chat with you like this. I
Yeah.
want to just give you a big hug.
No, it's good. We will do it again.
Okay.
Okay.
Om
Om
Shanti.
मनमनाभव मंत्र का अर्थ जान ले, मनमनाभव मंत्र का अर्थ जान ले, मनवांचित फल से जीवन का कल्याण करे, मनमनाभव मंत्र का अर्थ जान ले, मनमनाभव मंत्र का। जो कदम उठे तेरे दर पे जा रुके, जो कदम उठे तेरे दर पे जा रुके, जीवन मुक्ति का रहस्य तुमसे पा सके, तुमसे पा सके, योग युक्त शिव की भक्ति से रहे जुड़े, योग युक्त शिव की भक्ति से रहे जुड़े, मनवांचित फल से जीवन का कल्याण करे, मनमनाभव मंत्र का।
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
बाबा कहते हो यही बच्चे मेरे ताज तुम्ही, नैन के नूर लाडलो मेरी आवाज तुम्ही, मेरी दुनिया में तेरे दम से उजाला है, तुम्हारे साथ का अनुभव बड़ा निराला है।
तो बहन जी ने सुदेश बहन को बुलाया जो अभी जर्मनी में है। जर्मनी की सुदेश बहन को, अरे इधर आओ, ये रमेश को स्लोगन दो। तो मैंने कहा सुदेश बहन आपके हैंड राइटिंग मैं नहीं समझ सकता हूँ, आप मेरे साथ में चलो, एक बहन को दूसरे ले लो, हम उसको साइक्लो स्टाइल करा लेते हैं। और वहाँ से हम निकले, दो बहने को लिया, मैं खुद चलाते गाड़ी चलाते, जहाँ पर साइक्लो स्टाइल का होता है आपका वहाँ हाई कोर्ट के नज़दीक में, वहाँ लेके गया। बाकी सबकी दुकानें बंद हो गई, 8:45 बज गए थे। एक आदमी दुकान बंद कर रहा था, तो हमने उनको कहा कि भाई ये हिंदी टाइप करना है, आप कर देंगे? तो हमारे सामने देखने लगा कि इतने 8:45 बजे आते हैं, नींद से उठ करके आते हो क्या? हमने कहा हाँ भाई। कहा कितना चाहिए? मैंने कहा 200 कॉपी चाहिए। कहा डबल पैसा देना पड़ेगा। मैंने कहा भले, आप जो भी कहो। फिर उसने ऊपर नाम पढ़ा, प्रजापिता ब्रह्मा कुमारी ईश्वरीय विश्वविद्यालय। कहने लगा ये वही ओम मंडली है? मैंने कहा हाँ। कहा मैं जानता हूँ, मैं तो कराची में वहाँ पर गया हूँ कई बार, और पीछे यहाँ भी आ गई है ओम मंडली। मैंने कहा हाँ। तो कहा लाओ लाओ मैं कर दूँ। मैंने कहा हमको 200 चाहिए। उसने पैसा डबल बोला था। उसने कहा मैं 400 कर दूंगा, फ्री में कर दूंगा। मैंने आपको कहा ना, करन करा होना हर बाबा कराता है। तैयार था 200 को बदली में 400 कर दिया फ्री में। तो मैंने सुदेश बहन जी को वहाँ बैठाया, मैंने कहा ये आप टाइप करें, आप देख लेना, प्रूफ रीडिंग करना, मैं जाता हूँ। अभी पुलिस परमिट लेने के लिए जाना था, मुझे कुछ मालूम नहीं था कहाँ से परमिट मिलेंगी। इतने में मुझे बाबा ने टच किया कि मेरे एक रिश्तेदार जो है उसकी कार चोरी हो गई थी। जब कार चोरी हो गई थी तो एक पुलिस ऑफिसर जो है उनके संपर्क हुआ था। वो मेरे रिश्तेदार थे, लौकिक में मेरी बहन के पति थे। मैं उनके घर पे गया, 9:15 बज गया था। मैंने उनको कहा कि आप चलो मेरे साथ, बहुत अर्जेंट काम है। तो कहा क्या काम है? वो डर गए। मैंने कहा ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है, कोई मर गया नहीं है, आप चिंता नहीं करो। क्योंकि किसी को बोले ना अर्जेंट काम है, माना समझ दो कोई मर गया होगा। मैंने कहा कि आपके जो पुलिस ऑफिसर जो है उनको हम उनके पास जाना है, हमको पुलिस परमिट लेना है। तो कहा चलो चलते हैं। हम कार में मैंने उनको बिठाया और वो पुलिस ऑफिसर जहाँ रहता था उसके घर पे गए। उस पे घर पे गए तो बेल बजाया, तो पहले तो हमारा स्वागत हुआ। उनका कुत्ता बहुत बड़ा था, वो आया सीधा ही हमारे सिर पर आए, चिटक गया। हम तो डर गए, कुत्ता इतना बड़ा। इतने में उसकी वाइफ पीछे आई, तो उसकी वाइफ हमारे बहन के पति को जानता था। उसने कहा क्या काम है? तो उन्होंने बताया कि हमको भाई साहब का काम है। तो कहा, उसने कहा कि आपका मेरा पति तो हस्बैंड तो जो है बाहर है, वो आपको नहीं मिल सकता है, वो कल सुबह ही आएंगे, आज उसकी नाइट ड्यूटी है, पेट्रोलिंग है। तो हम नीचे उतर रहे थे, इतने में बाबा ने फिर से धक्का लगाया, ऊपर जाओ, इनसे ही काम होने वाला है। हम ऊपर गए, फिर से बेल दबाया, तो उसका बेटा आया। उसका बेटा आया तो हमने उनको कहा कि अरे बच्चा, तुम्हारे पिताजी के और पुलिस ऑफिसर कोई दोस्त यहाँ रहता है, हम उनको मिलना चाहते हैं। कहा वो अंकल जी तो सामने के ही बिल्डिंग में रहते, चलो मैं दिखाता हूँ। इतने में उसकी वाइफ आई, मानो उसके बच्चे की माई। उसने कहा नहीं नहीं नहीं, तुमको नहीं जाना है। वो बेटा ने तो क्या किया, चप्पल पहना और एकदम जल्दी जल्दी नीचे उतर गया, माँ का सुना भी नहीं, और हमको कहने लगा आप मेरे पीछे पीछे आओ, मैं अंकल जी के घर पे ही जाता हूँ। हम लोग भी है दोनों, हमें और मेरे लौकिक बहन के पति जो है उसके पीछे पीछे दौड़ते दौड़ते गए और उसके पिताजी के दोस्त के पास गए, वो भी पुलिस ऑफिसर थे। उनके पास गए, उन्होंने कहा, हमने उनको कहा कि भाई हमारी कल सुबह पीस मार्च है, हमारी कल सुबह पीस मार्च है, हमको पुलिस परमिट चाहिए। तो इन्होंने कहा कि परमिट तो आप हमारी ऑफिस में फोन करेंगे तो होगा, और कहा कि ये परमिट देने का काम मेरे ही हाथ में। इतने बॉम्बे में हजारों पुलिस ऑफिसर होंगे, उसमें उसी ऑफिसर की ड्यूटी थी परमिट देने के लिए। तो उसने हमको कहा कि आप एप्लीकेशन लाए हो, और उसके ऊपर उस जमाने में 62 पैसे का कोर्ट फी स्टैम्प लगाना पड़ता था, इसके बिना एप्लीकेशन मंजूर नहीं होती थी। तो कहा एप्लीकेशन लाए है, उसके ऊपर 62 पैसे का रेवेन्यू स्टैम्प लगाया है, कोर्ट फी स्टैम्प लगाया है। हमने कहा हम तो खाली हाथ आए, हम तो खाली हाथ आए हैं, ना कोर्ट फी स्टैम्प लाए हैं, ना एप्लीकेशन बनाई, हमें कुछ मालूम नहीं है, हम तो जानते नहीं है उसका रूल्स रेगुलेशंस क्या है। तो इतने में वो बच्चे ने कहा कि अंकल जी ये मेरे पिताजी के खास दोस्त है, उनका काम आपको करना ही है। वो बच्चे ने बोला। तो अभी क्या करे, अपने दोस्त के बेटा उसको कह रहा है, तो उसने कहा ठीक है ऐसा करो, कल सुबह कितने बजे आपकी पीस मार्च है? हमने कहा 6 बजे है, आप 5:45 बजे, हमको बंदोबस्त चाहिए। तो कहा ठीक है, मैं 5:45 बजे उधर आ जाऊंगा। मैं अभी जो है उनके घर में, उनका पुलिस का वो होता है ना, इंफॉर्मेशन का अपना ही होता है, मोबाइल फ़ोन आदि सब होते हैं उनके। कहा उसमें हमारी ट्रैफिक पुलिस को फ़ोन कर देता हूँ, और आपका रूट क्या है? मैंने ऐसे ही जवानी से बोल दिया इस रूट से जाएंगे। उसने कहा ठीक है, आपका रूट अच्छा है, ये रूट हम मंजूर करते हैं। और उसने ट्रैफिक पुलिस को अपने उसमें ही जो है ना मोबाइल फ़ोन आदि में फ़ोन कर दिया कि कल उनकी पीस मार्च होंगी, मैं भी उनके साथ होऊंगा, आपके भी 6 पुलिस हमारे पास आ जाए और ये पीस मार्च को गाइड करे। हाँ, और क्या हुआ? बस उसने कहा आप जा सकते हो, मैं 5:45 बजे आ जाऊंगा। मैंने कहा भाई साहब, हमें पुलिस का भरोसा नहीं होता है, समय पर नहीं आते हैं। कहा आपकी पीस मार्च समय पर नहीं चलेंगी, मैं तो समय पर चलूँगा, समय पर आ जाऊँगा। मैंने कहा हमारा भी काम समय पर ही होता है, हम बराबर 6 बजे निकलेंगे। कहा मैं भी 5:45 बजे आ जाऊँगा। और दूसरे दिन फिर मैं गया जहाँ पर भोजन आदि करना था। दादी को कहा कि दादी क्या कहे, इतने में सुदेश बहन भी आ गई थी, वो स्लोगन भी 400 टाइप होकर के आ गया था, साइक्लो स्टाइल होकर के, पर पुलिस परमिट भी हो गई थी और रूट भी फाइनल हो गया था। हमने कहा दादी अभी आप भोजन खिलाओ, हम प्यार से खाएंगे। और हमने कहा कि निमित्त जो है बाबा करन करावन हर, हमको हम बच्चों से करा सकता है, कुछ भी कराना चाहे करा सकता है, हमें निमित्त बनना चाहिए। परंतु हम क्या समझते हैं, मैंपन के भाव के आधार पर झमेले करते रहते, मैं, मेरा सेंटर, मेरा ये, मेरा जिज्ञासु, मेरी हदें, मेरी 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 आदि करते हुए जो सेवा करते, जो झमेला करते हैं, कल बाबा ने बहुत स्पष्ट शब्दों में कह दिया, उसका जमा जो होता है नहीं वत होता है, ज़्यादा में ज़्यादा 5% होता है। आप कोई भी बिजनेस के अंदर सिर्फ बहुत मेहनत करके, बहुत रिस्क लेकर के, झमेले, अनेक प्रकार के झगड़े उत्पन्न करके, नए हिसाब किताब बना करके सिर्फ 5% का प्रॉफिट होगा, तो ऐसा धंधा आप करेंगे? करेंगे भाई साहब? हमारे सामने अभी बैठे हुए करेंगे? 5% का धंधा में क्या है? कुछ नहीं है। तो ऐसे झमेले करने की क्या जरूरत है?
निराली शान है, दिल तख्त पर हमें रख लिया, खुद से ऊंचा मान देकर नाम दिल पर लिख लिया, ताज तख्त और तिलक की हमको अमर जागीर दी। ताज तख्त और तिलक की हमको अमर जागीर दी। जिंदगी जीने की हमको एक नई तदबीर दी आपने बाबा हमें।
Om Shanti Avekti Parivar. Such a wonderful class by Ramesh Bhaiji. So practical, right? How Baba is Karan Karavan Har. Everything has already been done. We just had to become an instrument. So tomorrow is Wednesday and our schedule from Amritvela 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. In the evening 5 to 5:30 p.m. Avekti Children Muli class. Bhakti will start at 6 p.m. followed by Hindi series, English series, Avekti Journey, Chit Chat and Avek Muli revision. Welcome to Avekti Journey. Avek Muli is from 1969, speaking to the heart of an angel.
Om Shanti. Avyakt Murli, 3rd October, 1971. World renewal through the virtues of humility. Your mind is also a big camera. Is not the picture of every second taken by that? Each of you has a camera, but some cameras are able to take close pictures, and other cameras are able to take pictures even as far away as the moon. Both are cameras. You also have large and small cameras. So how powerful is each one's camera? Since those people are able to take pictures of everywhere from the moon, can you not, while living in the corporeal world, take a picture of the incorporeal world, the subtle world, and the past and future of the entire world? Make your camera so powerful that you are able to see everything as it is, every scene as it is. It should not show something in many different forms. To be able to see something clearly as it is, this is known as powerful. In that case, would any problem still take on the form of a problem, or would it be experienced as a game? According to the present time, create such a stage, then you would be called intense effort makers. A picture is first taken by a camera, and later, when the film has been developed, you can tell how the picture has come out. In the same way, when you have taken all the many pictures with your individual automatic camera, you should sit at night and check clearly what type of pictures you have taken with this camera. Did you take pictures of everything as it was, or was there some fluctuation? Sometimes, when the camera is not good, even white things come out as black in the pictures. Its form changes, And sometimes even the features change. Here also, when the camera is not clear, a little thing becomes a big problem. Its form and color change. Sometimes an inaccurate form of something is even picked up. Therefore, constantly keep your camera clear and powerful. By considering yourself to be a server, that automatically includes renunciation and tapasya. I am a server, and this life is for serving. When you have this awareness, not a second will go by without service. So, you must constantly move along while considering yourself to be a server. And you must also consider yourself to be mature. And then all the little things will seem like toys. You will then become merciful. Instead of feeling disregard, you will have mercy. Acha, Om Shanti.
Use every treasure in a worthwhile way and become an embodiment of success. The mantra of manmanabhav. In the memorials it is shown that a sacrifice is made worthwhile. When a mantra is chanted, here also always keep the mantra of manmanabhav in your awareness. Then the sacrifice will be considered to be worthwhile. Become one who is stable in the form of the mantra, not just one who speaks the mantra. When any sacrificial fire is created, it becomes successful when the complete sacrifice is offered into it. If there is even a little something lacking in the sacrifice, it will not be considered to be completely successful. Whatever you want to offer as a sacrifice, give it completely and then receive fully also.
हर खजाने को सफल कर सफलता मूर्त बनो। मन मना भव का मंत्र जैसे यादगार के यज्ञ में आहुति सफल तब होती है जब मंत्र जपते हैं, यहाँ भी सदा मन मना भव मंत्र स्मृति में रहे, तब आहुति सफल हो। तो मंत्र स्वरूप में स्थित होने वाले बनो, सिर्फ मंत्र बोलने वाले नहीं। कोई भी यज्ञ रचा जाता है तो वह सफल तब होता है जब संपूर्ण आहुति डाली जाती है। जरा भी आहुति की कमी रह गई तो संपूर्ण सफलता नहीं होगी। तो जो कुछ भी आहुति में देना है वह संपूर्ण देना है और फिर संपूर्ण लेना है। ओम शांति।
मनमनाभव मंत्र का अर्थ जान ले, मनमनाभव मंत्र का अर्थ जान ले। मनवांचित फल से जीवन का कल्याण करे, मनमनाभव मंत्र का अर्थ जान ले, मनमनाभव मंत्र का। जो कदम उठे तेरे दर पे जा रुके, जो कदम उठे तेरे दर पे जा रुके, जीवन मुक्ति का रहस्य तुमसे पा सके, तुमसे पा सके। योग युक्त शिव की भक्ति से रहे जुड़े, योग युक्त शिव की भक्ति से रहे जुड़े। मनवांचित फल से जीवन का कल्याण करे, मनमनाभव मंत्र का।
Om Shanti.